In today's video I'm going to show you how to play arpeggios over 3 octaves on a 4-string bass. The concept I'm about to show you will also deliver the most balanced sound all over the fretboard. Bass hack coming up! Hey bass hackers, Misha here with MMEducation, showing you how to learn faster and practice smarter by using the latest findings in neuroscience, so you can become the bass player you want to be, express yourself freely on your instrument and connect with your audience on a deeper level. So if you're new here, consider subscribing, and at any point during the video, go check out the show notes in the YouTube description. Bullet points for this video, links to related videos and free resources, all in the description. So let's get going and build some new neural pathways. When I started out playing music, I was into extreme metal, and one thing that I really had to get down was arpeggios. You know, these quick runs all over the fretboard. How are you gonna play arpeggio runs on a 4-string? On a 6-string bass? Easy. Up and down, there you go. 2 to 3 octaves, no problem. But what about on a 4-string? Whenever the guitarist came up with some of these runs, I struggled on my 4-string bass to play them together with him, because he could easily play them in one position, more or less, just minor shifts. 6 strings, right? Me with my 4-string? Not so much. So what did I do? Went to the shop, got me a 5-string, problem solved, right? But not really. I ran into the same problem a little bit later in my music career. When I first got into jazz and constructed walking bass lines and improvised solos over chord changes that might modulate, I went back to 4-string and tried to figure it out. How can I play arpeggios over more than 1 octave on a 4-string instrument and still make it sound balanced? One problem that I had with a 5-string or even a 6-string, the moment you went up with your arpeggio, the top 2 strings, they often just sounded so thin compared to the lower 4 strings that, I don't know, it just wasn't worth it going up there, was it? But let me show you what I came up with. So here's my arpeggio hack for playing arpeggios over 3 octaves on a 4-string instrument. I know this is a 5-string bass, but I'm only going to use 4 strings, I promise. We're just going to stay with a major arpeggio, because otherwise it's going to get too much for one episode. So the major arpeggio, G major for now. And what we're going to do is we're going to throw that old arpeggio shape that we usually use. We're just going to throw out the window for now. It's still useful, but not for 4 strings and 3 octaves. The old shape was this one, right? Root 3rd, 5th, 7th, root 7th, 5th, 3rd, root. So we're not going to need that anymore, right? What we need is something more efficient. And that's 2 notes over 2 strings. I'm going to start with a major 7. Why not? It's right there. So major 7, F sharp, root note G. Then we have the major 3rd and the perfect 5th. We take that same shape and play it from the A string. So we have to shift up to the F sharp, G, B, D. Shift up, F sharp, G, D, B. And backwards. One more time.
This is just the beginning.
The next thing you do is practice all the permutations. How many permutations of 4 notes do you have? That's right, 24. So you have 24 ways to combine these 4 notes without repeating one. For example, we could go 5th, 7th, 3rd, root, 5th, 7th, 3rd, root, 5th, 7th, 3rd root. 5th, 7th, 3rd root, 5th, 7th, 3rd root, 5th, 7th, 3rd root. Once you've got all these down,
The box of the Pandora is open.
now we're gonna get into inversions. We're gonna go back to starting on the root note. We play the root note on the E string and the major 3rd as well. Then we go to the A string, play the 5th and the major 7. Now we only need to shift a half step to the root note, major 3rd. 5th on the D string, major 7 as well. Then we shift half a step to the octave, and then we play the major 3rd, perfect 5th, and major 7. And guess what? 24 permutations for that one as well. Inversion number 2. We're gonna start from the 3rd this time. So we play the 3rd and the 5th on the E string. Major 7, root note on the A string. We shift up to the major 3rd on the A string, play the 5th, major 7, root note, shift up to the major 3rd, 5th, major 7, root note. Now for the 3rd inversion, I'm gonna transpose this to C major, just because I'm running out of space. If we start on the 5th here, that's kinda limiting. So we're gonna take this to C major. And we're not going to start on the root note, we're not going to start on the major 7, we're not going to start on the 3rd, we're going to start on the 5th below. And this is a really cool shape because it's really easy to remember. It's just a major 3rd, then you go up 1 string, same fret, major 3rd. You shift up a minor 3rd and same thing. Minor 3rd up and... I don't know if you noticed, but the root position, although it's not really the root position, it starts on the major 7, and the 2nd inversion have the same patterns, but inverted, and so do the 1st inversion and the 2nd inversion. They both have these major 3rds. One is a 4th apart, the other one is a 5th apart. I hope that helps you to remember all these shapes. And yeah, now it's up to you. By the way, there's 2 more benefits to playing and practicing arpeggios the way I just showed you. Number 1, you train your fretboard knowledge. Because playing notes all the way from the bottom string, 1st fret, to the 24th fret of the G string, guess what? You're gonna have to think about the note names and where they are all over the fretboard. Benefit number 2. You will train your muscle memory, especially shifting positions. It's one thing that's not so easy to do, but with these exercises you can really up in your game with muscle memory and shifting all over the fretboard and confidently finding the note that you want to play. So let's wrap this up real quick. What we've learned today is that even on a 4-string bass you can play arpeggios over 3 octaves. And the advantage of it is it's a very balanced sound all over the fretboard. So even if you have 6 or 5-string bass, consider playing arpeggios this way depending on the situation. Well, the first thing we learned is the basic shape of the major arpeggio. We've also learned that you can take this basic shape and mix it up, randomize your notes. The next thing you can do is check out the inversions. That's the same concept. 2 notes a string, the arpeggio just over 2 strings for 1. Again, for each of these inversions, there's 24 patterns that you can build from that. So I think you have enough to practice for a couple of days. Until next week, see you then. So today I showed you how you can improve your muscle memory, your fretboard knowledge, and on a 6 or 5 string bass, avoid that thin top note sound when playing arpeggios over 3 octaves, all by using the 2 notes a string arpeggio shape. Now it's up to you to not just take in the information but create new neural pathways by applying the newly gained knowledge. Question of the day: have you ever used arpeggios? If so, in which context? Let us know in the comment section. Remember, some of the coolest ideas come from you and the MMEducation community. Also, if there's a specific topic that you would like to have covered in one of the future episodes, let me know in the comment section. Alright bass hackers, thanks for checking out this video. I hope it got you one step further towards becoming the bass player you want to be. Definitely subscribe for more videos just like this, and if you haven't downloaded my top 10 practicing hacks, I show you exactly what you need to do to learn more in less time. We talk about state management, about practice space setup, having better focus, and more. You can grab that for free with the link in the description. Until next time, MMEducation helps you to learn faster and practice smarter. So keep up the good work. Love and bass.